What's going on, guys? Wanted to give you an early impression of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Nintendo Switch. Right now it is only available on Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it'll be available for other platforms in the future. What I can tell you guys before I begin with this, so you know where I'm coming from, obviously a pretty big gamer, I was not a big fan of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 or 2, and actually I didn't even play 2 at all. My wife loved both of them. She was dying to get this game. We played it at E3 this year at the Nintendo booth, and I liked it. And I said, you know what, let's go ahead, let's buy it, let's check it out. And we did, and we've been playing it. So we're about 3.5 hours into the game so far, and I can tell you that it's got some really cool mechanics going for it. There are a lot of really cool features that I like about this game that I don't really feel were present in the other ones. So, and maybe they were, I don't know, but I feel like I didn't like those first 2 games for a reason, and I feel like this game took a lot of queuing and ideas from team-up games and tried to pack as much as they could in this package. First and foremost, let's talk about the gameplay. It's standard gameplay, just like the other 2. You have 4 characters on the screen. You can play if you have 4 friends and 4 controllers, you could all jump in and control a character. My wife and I were playing together, so we each had, you can have a pool of 4 characters. Anybody can be anybody, it doesn't matter. So she likes playing with Gamora. I like playing with the Hulk. We had some other characters that teamed up with us. We had Thor and Captain America, and then we switched out for Scarlet Witch and Black Widow. But it's up to you. Anybody can play any character. Once a character joins your roster, they're with you forever. So if you really fall in love with Gamora, one of the first characters you play with, you can play with her through the beginning and to the end of the game. But you will meet new people along the way, and you will level them up. You will give them perk abilities, and you will have them fight with you. What I do like is that the game is definitely focused on the co-op aspect, and I feel like it is, I wouldn't say a disadvantage, but I feel like playing with your friends really does heighten the enjoyment of this game. And I know that's true of a lot of games, right? Say, oh well, duh, of course. But when you're playing with this game, a lot of your moves are synergy type moves and team up moves. So for example, if I am playing as Captain America and my wife is playing as Scarlet Witch, she casts a spell that's like a fireball, right? If I'm playing as Captain America and I'm in the vicinity, I will get a prompt on my character to press a button. When that happens, Scarlet Witch will still do her normal attack. However, she imbues Captain America's shield with fire. He hits his shield for like a big shield punch type thing, which does this huge detonation, which is like 4x damage of what she did on her own. If you're playing by yourself, the computer will sometimes help out with that, sometimes not. But it's fun to team up those synergies. And a lot of characters have synergies of you do an ability and it triggers somebody else to do something else. Not every character does. We played a couple combinations where nobody seemed to play nicely with each other for whatever reason. And maybe it's because we haven't unlocked all the skills. Maybe later on, every character will have a skill that another character can jump off on. But as of right now, that's not true of every character. And that kind of is explained in the teaming system, because as you assemble your roster of characters and as you unlock more characters, you'll see a list of presets of what team bonuses you get. So for example, there is a group called, I don't know, I think there's one called like the New Avengers or the Women of Marvel. I knew that was definitely one of them. We saw that pop up quite a few times. Where if you team certain characters together, something unique will happen. They will each receive some sort of perk in terms of strength and damage and fighting and that sort of thing. But it's not necessarily a requirement to play the game. It just makes it more fun. Clearly, the characters that have team-up abilities are fun, and that is kind of explained in that system as well. So you do have, if you're kind of smart on how comic book fandom is laid out and who teamed well with others, the game will reward you for that. But if you don't have it, there's a list that shows you. If you don't have that knowledge, the game will show you that list, and it will help you kind of determine who might be a better fit than others. But it doesn't matter. You play as your favorite character. It's total button masher. You have a light attack, a heavy attack, a jump, some sort of movement ability or some sort of unique perk, whether it be superhuman strength, you could fly, you could do something. Every character has something that makes them distinct from not necessarily every other character. Think of more of a class. So there's flying characters, that would be their trait. Wolverine can heal. Hulk hits extra hard and does additional stun damage. Spider-Man has more evasive damage, that sort of thing. And it's fun because each character, you can kind of play and figure out what your play style is. I like to be just a big bruiser dude. That's why Hulk and Venom work very well for me. I just walk right in the center of the fight. I'm hitting, I'm blocking, I'm doing a lot of rolls. My wife likes to play kind of more in the periphery, more of a like a ranged attacker. So she's standing off in the back with like Scarlet Witch, dropping, you know, fire bombs and explosions and stuff, and it's really a lot of fun. What makes the game really, really cool is the ultimate attacks. So as you're playing, a meter will start to fill up, and as your meter hits full, you can buy into an ultimate attack. So a big screen will pop once one character initiates it. You can buy into this ultimate attack, and you can have all 4 characters, if their ultimates are ready, team in, and something ridiculous will happen. Everybody will do something at once. Everybody's damage will go through the roof. A multiplier pops up on the side of the screen showing you how much damage you've done. To put it in perspective, when we were playing earlier and I was playing with Hulk, I could punch for maybe 300 to 400 damage, and then I had this ability where I'd lift up part of the ground and it'd create like a tidal wave of explosions, like a tremor wave. That would do maybe 700-800 damage. We were fighting in a boss against Electro. He's one of the boss fights early on in the game. We're fighting against Electro, and we triggered the ultimate attack, and we had all of the characters buy in. So you basically, if you're playing with 4 people, you have to jump between the computer characters really fast to do it. It's pretty simple, intuitive on how to do it. Jumped into all 4 characters, unloaded our special attacks, and when we were done, I think we did 170,000 damage. Just to give you an idea of how much more powerful those attacks are. They're not required. I think they definitely help because we burned him down almost instantly doing that. But they're a lot of fun, a lot of eye candy. The game runs great. I was a little nervous on the Switch maybe because it's not as much processing power, but the graphic style seems to fit the gameplay well. Playing with 2 people, you don't have ability to control the camera, which stinks. Sometimes the camera gets a bit confused, especially if you want to explore every little nook and cranny of the map. So sometimes we'd have to kind of position ourselves in a certain way that the camera would understand the direction we wanted to go. The reason it's important to explore is even though it's mostly linear, there are a lot of optional areas in this game. Particularly, there are these challenge rifts, essentially, these like infinity rooms that will put you in a unique situation, beat certain enemies within a certain time limit. Sometimes they have certain constraints like don't jump or only use this attack, or this attack gives you 3 times more damage and all the other attacks do nothing. You unlock little runes, which you put into a leveling tree. Each character has a leveling tree that allows them to upgrade their current ability or any of unlock new abilities. The cool thing is those points are earned across the board for all characters, so it's not like you're going to sacrifice leveling up the Hulk, for example, if you really wanted to level up Iron Man. Everybody gets their own piece of the pie, which is really, really nice. So there's no worry about that. The gear system is gone. There's no gear. It's not like you're upgrading different pieces of gear. You're just looking at ability points only. Now there's an overarching grid. Think of this giant map laid out with all of your traits. There's 6 different traits in the game, like strength, special ability, health, evasion, that sort of thing. And you put points in a map and it expands out across this giant grid for you to unlock perks for everybody. So everybody's going to get 200 more health, or everybody's going to do 3 times more damage in a super move, or whatever it happens to be. So you have these global overarching team abilities along with your individual character abilities, which allow you to really fine tune how you want to play. For us, we were actually having a really hard time staying alive, probably because we were just going ham on everybody. So we decided to kind of move up in the vitality tree, which opened up yet another expansive grid of things. If we completely clean out that grid, the item in the center unlocks, and I believe the item gives you permanent health regeneration across the board for all characters. So definitely an incentive to continue to play and level up your characters. Check every little piece of the map for those tokens to slowly expand out and pick the things that you like. So a lot to do here. Lastly, we'll talk about the roster. There are over 30 characters. We have not found them all yet. I think we have about 12 or so unlocked right now. They've already started selling a DLC, which I looked into last night. It'll run you for $20. It's going to come with 3 different character packs, the last of which is X-Men. My wife's a huge Jean Grey fan, so I'm hoping they throw a Jean Grey in there for her. Or maybe she's in the main story. I guess we'll find out. But we're going to go ahead and jump on that because we like the characters and they're fun. And it's neat to try out different characters. And I think the real charm is that synergy system in terms of like, hey, if I do this, can you do, oh, that's cool. Your thing's triggering. Let's do something together. There's also emotes in the game, so you can have your characters taunt each other. And not any customization in terms of it's not any multiplayer or anything like that, like you're competitively playing, but it adds a little bit more charm to the game. The writing is upbeat. It's all voice acted. It's none of the real voice actors with the exception of Spider-Man from the PlayStation 4 game. So they got him over, but all the other, like, it's not like Tony Stark plays Iron Man, but it sounds very close to him, and I don't think it'll distract you in any way. The writing is upbeat. It's simple. It's a quick story to understand. Thanos is doing evil things in the world. We have to go stop him. And I think they've done a great job. I'm a fan. And I think that if you like beat 'em ups and you like co-op adventures, I think you should definitely check this game out. And if you do, leave a comment below and let me know what you think about it. Tell me if there's any cool synergies I should be aware of or any great team-ups. Now that I got my Elgato up and running again, I'm going to be on travel quite extensively here in the next couple of weeks. I'll probably start recording some gameplay, and if you guys want, I can put together some quick little videos to show you guys some of the different synergies and attacks that you can link together, because they are actually pretty cool. And I know Brent, big comic book nerd that he is, he's probably yelling, telling me about all of these great team-ups across the years, but suffice to say that the game really wants you to play with others, and when you have a friend, it's all the more fun. With that, I'm going to close out this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.